What is up, guys? This is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing a review of the DC Multiverse Super Friends Batman and Superman. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that both figures are showcasing your standard DC Multiverse window box packaging. Turning both boxes around, we can see some great animated-like artwork of the Super Friends Batman and Superman, and on the left, all the other characters from this line. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and see what we have inside. And here's Batman and Superman out of the boxes. And man, these two figures hit me right in the nostalgia feels. I absolutely love these bright and vibrant colors and those U-clip fabric capes. These are just like the old figures I used to have when I was a kid, and I'm so glad I finally have these now. But before we take a closer look at the figures, let's take a look at the accessories. So each figure does come with its own individual Super Friends stand. They also both come with holofoil card backs with great artwork of each character. We also get a grapple gun and batarang for Batman. So with the accessories out of the way, let's take a closer look at the Super Friends Batman and Superman. Alright guys, now let's take a closer look at the Super Friends Superman and Batman. Oh yes, these are so cool. I love this so much. Not only because I love what Mattel has done with these specific figures, but these are utilizing DCUC body molds and bucks and whatnot, which are just, in my opinion, some of the best DC figures ever made. Sculpted by the Four Horsemen. These are pretty much just redecos, but done a little differently in a little more of a retro style, which I am just so yummy to. I love it so much. So Super Friends, awesome, right? They do come on the stands, as you can see. I do have them on the Super Friends stands with their foil backgrounds and whatnot, and they hold on there pretty cool. You can see the artwork looks pretty good. I do like that quite a bit. So we're going to take a look at Superman first. So this is pretty standard. I love that we're just doing straight up classic Superman, meaning he's utilizing the red trunks, the yellow belt, all proper to what you would see. Nice brightly colored blue, just looks very nice. Vibrant blue, vibrant red, vibrant yellow. Love that so much. We do get a cloth cape this time, which I do love. Fabric. We got the yellow S on the back, which is so nice. You know, some Superman figures don't have the yellow S on the back of the cape, which I think is ridiculous because he should have a yellow S on the back. So that's very nice, but I love the fact that we're getting a soft goods cape. I'm a big fan of soft goods cape. But what's really cool is, much like those classic toys from when we were kids, they do utilize a U-clip, so where the cape just comes off just like that, and then you have a standard figure just like so. So that might be good for customizing if you really want. But as you can see, it's a centered U-clip, just like those old toys that would just kind of clip around the neck like that, and there you go. I love that for some reason. That little touch right there of just adding the soft good capes with that U-clip just takes me back to when I was a kid and having fun with my toys like that. And from when I was a kid, I would switch out the capes between like Batman and Superman all the time. Yeah, I don't know what that is. So minor, but it makes me love these so much more. So very cool. So articulation is pretty simple. Head turns left and right, up and down a little bit. Top elbows not so much. Arms can go full 360, out about that much. Rotate at the bicep, single bend at the elbow. Rotation at the wrist. We can't crunch forward. Man, that is not going anywhere. It can crunch forward, but this is extremely stiff. I don't know what's happening in this torso. There's obviously a DCUC cut there, but that is not going forward at all, nor is it going back. Maybe I should have heated this up beforehand, but I didn't think it was going to be like that. And it doesn't really rotate all that much. It turns to the right side, his right side a little bit, but to the left at all. So I don't know what's going on there. That kind of sucks, but yeah, nothing. Wow, that's almost like it's all completely glued in piece like that. And it kind of seems, might be a little glue dripping right there. I'm not sure, but that's very interesting. But oh well. Hips kick forward that much, about that far. Do the splits like so. Rotation in the thigh, single bend at the knee, and ankle joint allows you to point the toe up and down. So that whole ab area, lack of articulation, is a little weird. I'm assuming that's not a universal thing. That's probably just my particular figure in my hand right now. So, but if you guys have any of the DCUC figures, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's take a look at my guy right here, the namesake of my channel, Batman, the greatest superhero comic book character in the history of the planet and the galaxy and the universe and all of the above. Batman is awesome. This was one of my all-time favorite toys. Well, the old version was one of my all-time favorite toys as a kid, and that we're getting him in this more like a DC Universe Classics / DC Multiverse capacity is insanely cool. I love the colors that they chose here. Very, very light gray, which I really dig, and then a very deep, almost like royal, navy blue, which looks really good. And then you got that bright yellow cape. You got the Batman logo with the yellow oval around it. We got the black around the cowl. That just looks fantastic. Love that so much. The colors just look really good. And because it has that light gray, the dark blue cape, well, with that light gray sanding off, it really makes the light gray stand out a little more, which is so awesome. I love that so much. So again, we do get the soft goods cape, very nicely tattered with the bat wings at the tips. Same thing with that U-clip. You just pull that off, and you can have a capeless Batman. And I know for all of us that have those old Batman figures from like Kenner and whatnot, I guarantee you had a ton of capeless Batmans in your collection, because so many kids lost their capes. I guarantee you had at least one. So that's just very cool, because now we can technically have a bunch of capeless ones, Batmans, as adults now, which is really ridiculous, but I love it so much. So clip that back on. What I'm really excited about is that he actually comes with accessories. That's freaking cool. So we do get a Batarang right here, molded in a very, very light, almost violet blue. That color is a little odd that they chose for that, but it still looks very nice. Then we do get a grapple gun right here. It's a kind of a ridiculous grapple gun. Very big. You can see he does have a large batarang attached on an actual little rope right here. That's pretty cool. And it just kind of pegs in like so. You can hold on to that. And I've never really liked that particular accessory because it's just a little too big. Now, it's fun and all, but it's just a little too much. I'm glad that we do get one after all. Here's another Batman. This is from the DC Universe Classics Wave 1, I believe, Batman, and he came with that exact same gun. You can see that right there. Just different colors and whatnot. That's pretty cool too. This is pretty much the exact same figure that you're really getting, with the difference being the cape mostly. So, again, I'm not really a big fan of this particular grapple gun, but the fact that we even come with accessories is very cool to me. So articulation, left and right, up and down, bobbles not really, arms go full 360, out and about that far, rotation at the bicep, single bend at the elbow, rotation at the wrist. This one does crunch forward, back and forth, pretty decent for the most part, back about that far, take the cape off real quick, rotation at the waist, hip joints they kick forward that much, back about that far, can do the splits with those awkward DCUC T joints, rotation in the thigh, single bend at the knee, and an ankle joint lets you point the toe up and down. So overall, man, these figures really take me back. When they were announced, I was like, oh, really cool that they're releasing them in Super Friends style. I did see the fact that they have the fabric capes and whatnot, with utilizing the U-clips. I thought that was just so very, very cool. But even getting these in hand, man, I fell in love with these so much more than I really thought I would. Because for the most part, they really are just repaints of DC Universe Classics figures and whatnot. But they're great repaints, and I love the colors and the fact that we're getting them in these vibrant colors, and with the U-clip capes and the soft good capes and the Super Friends stands and whatnot. I don't know why I love them so much. Maybe I'm just being an uber fanboy right now, but just having these is very cool. And if you missed out again on some of these older DCUC figures, then this is your best opportunity to get some of the best DC figures that they've ever made, in my opinion. So if you can find them, I highly suggest picking them up, because they are both definitely a must get. So for a quick size comparison, here they are standing next to a Marvel Legends Captain America figure, as well as a DCUC Batman figure. And for your Batman and Superman comparison, here they are standing next to a DCUC Batman and Superman figures from my collection. And for your Super Friends comparison, here they are standing next to the Green Lantern and Aquaman figures from this line that I've already previously reviewed. And just for fun, here they are standing next to little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys. My review of the DC Multiverse Super Friends Batman and Superman. Now overall, I just think these are really cool and fun action figures. They really get my nostalgia feelings all amped up. Maybe I'm a little biased because I love Batman and Superman, but these are just really cool figures. I feel like I have those classic toys all over again now as an adult. They've got amazing DCUC sculpts, really bright and vibrant paint, and pretty decent accessories for the most part. Overall, they're just really fun toys because I love those fabric capes, and the fact that they have those U-clips is just insanely cool to me. If you love the DC-UC figures, or if you love the Super Friends, then these two pieces are definitely a must-get. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.